Hi, I am AKMoonstone. Welcome back, welcome back. Let's get a gong in to start. Love it. All right, this will be my second episode. From my first episode, I was talking about the conjunction. I introduced myself. The conjunction of Venus and Saturn. Although it sounded quite heavy, it brings in positive shifts in our personal lives, our love lives, our careers, our finances. And with Venus hanging around, it kind of brings in more love and beauty into our lives. I want to add something before we begin. The year 2024, those numbers add up to the number 8, which brings in a karmic year. So all of last year, we were all, most of us, everyone's on different journeys, so I totally get that. But it brings in like we all were clearing out our karmic debts and getting rid of all the old, let's just say. Those of us with pure hearts, we have learned enough about money and love and all that other fun stuff. So yay, you made it. Congratulations. And the other ones, you probably are just finishing up, or you will be really soon, because the year 2025 is the number 9 year, which brings in balance and harmony. What does this mean? This means that those of us who already paid everything, our hearts are pure, we cleaned ourselves out, we healed, the tables now are going to start switching. Those of us that were suffering in silence, we were in separation or, hermit mode, just trials and tribulations. And while all of us were suffering and healing, the rest of them were living large and having happy lives. And the ones that, let's say, took from the ones and they gained from the ones that, I don't know, rock bottom means anything to anybody. So the ones that did not have good hearts, let's say that, those tables are going to be turning, which means all of us who have healed, we are going to now usher in better connections, more mature, deeper emotional connections and soul-based connections. So with that being said, right now we have a 6-planet alignment taking place right now. So that is the planet of Mars. Mars is the planet of war, aggression, competition, courage, and passion. Jupiter is the planet of luck, growth, and expansion and abundance. Uranus is the planet of changes, unpredictability, rebellion, and reformation. And Saturn, as I said last time, I call it the daddy planet. The daddy planet is of discipline and order, karmic justice, laws, and restrictions. Venus, what we already talked about, love and connections, art, beauty, and Neptune, dreams, intuition, delusions, illusions, imagination. Neptune likes to put a veil over people's faces. So that's why they say during this time, some things are not always as it seems, right? Mercury will not be joining in until late February. So, Gemini, Cancers, and Virgos, it is not our time to shine. I am a fellow air sign. I'm a Gemini. I'm a cusper baby, actually, Gemini and Cancer. So this will affect us, but in different houses. More, the other signs are going to be more affected. Until then, just sit back and chill, realign, and adjust. These 6 planets right now is creating a planetarian portal opening, which basically means that these planets are allowing us to be more in unity with ourselves. This is like everyone is on the same mission. I mean, when you think about it, mission to oneness, what does that mean? It's been one of my missions ever since I started writing my books. And the reason for me writing my books was to help others find their way back to themselves. So a path of oneness. Once you can be at one with yourself, then you start appreciating and you understand the connections that we are all one. You have respect for yourself. You have love for yourself. So then what you fix inwards, reflects outwards. And then you understand the interconnectedness of all. In the Graham, there's a bigger plan that, we're all in. Anyways, I don't know where I was going with that. I kind of lost train of thought. Kind of still nervous. It's only my second time, but anyways, so masculine and feminine energies. Most of us are in our masculines and some of us are in our feminines. For each and every individual, we all have both. But as of with the planetary alignments, all 6 of them, this was to bring masculine and feminine energies together, to unite them. Also, not only within ourselves, but let's say I'm a female, it will help usher in my divine or male counterpart. And same goes with everyone else. This will bring, once your masculine and feminine energies are imbalanced, duality no longer exists. So that's kind of the whole point of oneness, right? So this marks a reset point for the collective of all. If you think about it, all of these 6 planets right now that are going on, everybody in the entire world on Earth can see them from every corner of the world. And that is actually remarkable. That doesn't happen too often. So the planets are actually making a statement to Earth. Earth is a living, breathing entity. And with all the planetary that is what I don't know how I'm trying to say this. I guess what I'm trying to say is us as humans, we have been focused on division, we've been divided and focused on division and separation for so long. I mean, take a look around what's going in the world today. Our nations, we're all separated. Ideologies, religions, stereotyping. It's all separation. It's to keep everyone apart from each other. And when these planets are all lining up, it's kind of making a mark saying, look, if we can all align, so can you as humans. We're all one, we're all interconnected with the cosmos. So this all, as these planets are aligning, it also starts to put us in a higher energetic frequency, which causes people to start waking up to their soul purpose, their heart. It clears out the old energies so that the new energies can come in. Look at this as a reset for your heart, for those who are not spiritual. It's time to start thinking, from a place of heart. I know a lot of people don't like to hear that, but once you can align yourself with your head and your heart and, you become one, things will start making more sense. As of right now, the sun has entered Aquarius. So we have started Aquarius season, which is funny because they say that sometime this year, we are going to end up entering into the new era of Aquarius. So for Aquarius people, this is the moment you all been waiting for. This is your time to shine. This is going to be your era. So what does this mean now that the sun has entered Aquarius and now we're all in Aquarius season? Basically, we're going to come with better solutions to our problems. We're going to have more and better ideas coming to us. We're going to be making plans for the future. We're going to be working on those projects that we put off to the side. And we're going to move towards what brings our heart or our soul joy or happiness, right? Because Aquarius is an air sign, and that's actually what motivates them the most. They usually follow with their hearts. The bad thing about them, and this is one flaw, is that if you do not balance your energy, you will get burnout very quickly. A lot of air signs, we don't know when to stop. We just keep going. We're like little Energizer bunnies, right? Anyways, for the next 4 weeks, be prepared for new shifts in perspectives, new ideas coming to the forefront. And these are all happening because we are reaching higher frequencies. Now, from my last video, we were talking about the timeline shifts, right? This is what this card was. Now, timeline shifts, what does that actually mean? Timeline shifts happen when, all right, how do I explain this? Have everybody's seen Spider-Man? And they talk about the multi-dimension or the multi-universe, that's it. And, but if you think of yourself as a multi-dimensional person, because we're a soul, we're energy, and the universe has different dimensions. I mean, if you sit here and think about it, we have the 3D, that's our physical plane. Then we have the 4D, that's the astral plane. When we go to sleep, we actually reach that plane just naturally, which is also the same plane and in the same realm as where, souls and spirits hang out. I like to say the lower vibrational. That doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. It's just not the divine or the high up, right? Like God, Jesus, and, the archangels, right? And then you got the 5th dimension, which is actually what the earth is trying to move towards, the 5th dimension, which everyone has their own story on this. They say that the 5th dimension is it's a pretend place. It's not. I mean, the earth is ascending, and to be in a higher frequency, that's how we're going to be living our lives. That's why things are crumbling right now. That's why you see all these structures falling apart, all these natural disasters going on. It's the nature always takes care of itself. I mean, look at California. If you sit here and think about it, why is it all burning all of a sudden? Well, fire cleans. So where did all of the bad stuff happen a long time ago in all of Hollywood? It's getting rid of its negative energies, if you actually sit and think about it. Same with here. What does coldness do? I live in Michigan. You got that polar vortex coming in on this side, of the world. And what does coldness do? It freezes. It kills it. It's dead. So think of it as a spring, once, clearing out the old to bring in the new. As of right now, a lot of us during the next 4 weeks, this is going to make us break away from old structures. You're going to see a lot of old structures fall away. Churches, governments. I mean, we're already seeing it already. I mean, it's not nothing that we all are not prepared to see, but it's happening. Even structures in churches are changing. Look at how, just if you think back in the day about when Rome fell. People think Rome fell and it was destroyed. Actually, Rome fell, but it also hid, went underground, and they all started putting black coats on and called themselves the Vatican. So, anyways, and then we all know what the Vatican Pope just did, on Christmas, opening up a portal, which a lot of us sat and thought about and said, well, that sounds kind of demonic, right? Why would you open up a portal on Christmas? Most people believe that Jesus was born on Christmas, right? A lot of Christians do that, but at the end of the day, just, I don't know. It's falling apart. People are waking up and seeing that this stuff ain't right. It's weird, right? And people are scared of they're scared of what they do not understand. Anyways, we're going to start seeing old structures crumble, which will give all of us freedom, and even within ourselves. We're going to break away from old patterns and old, beliefs, toxic behaviors, addictions, stagnancy, the old version of yourself. I know I've already seen it in me. We're going to start breaking away from, when it comes to our finances, a lot of us were trying to make money, but we weren't really living our lives. And yes, we do need money to make, to live and survive. We live in a 3D world, so, but people are going to start breaking away that money's not everything, you know. When I say we're going to be breaking away, it's from anything and anyone that does not match the next level of your life. We are all going to be leveling up at some point. So, this moment in time, you're going to start, and then, actually, in the next course of the next 4 weeks, we are going to start rediscovering ourselves, and we're going to start transforming into new us and into a whole new life. Aquarius is an air, it's air energy, right? So it's an air sign. It's fixed, it's ruled by Uranus. So what does that mean? It means that since it's a fixed sign, they have a stubbornness to them, which means, and then when you have Uranus, because Uranus is the planet of change, and I'm going to tell you this right now, a lot of Aquarians, they are not scared of change, okay? In fact, all the air signs are not. We're probably the first ones to be like, oh, we're going to change this. Bam, it's already done. You know, a lot of the other signs are like, dang, I didn't think you were going to do that. Yeah, okay, it's already been done, and we did that 3 weeks ago. That's how quick, So anyways, the problem with that is when these changes start coming in, it's going to be like a stubborn kind of change where it's like, you can never go back to the past ever again. It's done. It's over with. The timeline for that time has now closed. And that's what they mean by timeline shifts. A lot of the timeline shifts right now that we're seeing is people are raising higher, that are more lovable, and kind. And then you got the lower vibration people. And what's happening is there's like a divide. And so you got a divide going on, lower vibration people and the higher vibration people. And have you noticed there's really hasn't been any in between? And this lower vibration people, their masks are coming off. And all of us over here, we all see you. Can't hide. We seen it. So yeah, that's that. So bringing in, the air energy. Because we are moving for the next 4 weeks in the sign, or the sun's already in the sign of Aquarius. Be careful what you say and speak out into the universe. In one of my books, Manifest Your Thing, speaks on this. A lot of people would disagree with me on this. I hear a lot of YouTubers say, hey, you need to do affirmations. Affirmations are absolutely great. Again, I am a certified UC Reiki Master Healer. I do affirmations every day when I wake up and before I go to bed. But when you only state I am affirmations, basically your I am is your root chakra. Your root chakra is the bottom of your feet, basically. And you stand, the bottom of your feet, you're standing on earth. That is the lowest point of your body. You're basically telling the universe when you say, I am pretty, okay? Well, the universe is going to look at you and say, really? That's the lowest point of your chakra. Well, you know what's going to do? It's going to test you. Let's see if you think you're pretty. So someone's going to come along, and be like, dang, you're ugly today. And you're going to be like, did it, triggered. If you get triggered by that, you're going to, then guess what? You failed. So when you speak something out into the universe, know it. Now, your crown chakra is your highest, it's your highest spot on your body, closer to your higher self and the divine, right? So when you speak to the universe, I know I am good looking or I am pretty. And you know what? The universe can't test you because you know it inside your, inside your head and your heart. And then when someone does come around and be like, man, you're ugly, these are just examples. And you could be like, you know what? I know I'm not. There you go. So that's kind of how that goes. So be very careful of what you speak about yourself, especially in the next 4 weeks, because what you speak is what you become. You project it out into the universe, and the universe is like, It's a ripple effect, right? It's a mirror. What you reflect outside is going to get shown right back to you. So if you're loving and kind, guess what? You're going to get it all back. Actually, for those of us, because I know I'm on that path, for a lot of us, everything that was taking our time, money, our energy, our love, let's say your kids, your spouses, your family, anything that was taken materialistically, your abundance, because some people think that they can take your destiny, which that's a whole nother thing we'll get into another time. They can't do that. But at the end of unless you let them, don't let people do that. But at the end of the day, all of those things, you're going to get it back. That's what the number 9 year is for. It's justice and balance. And because we live in a duality world, right? Well, right now the scales were like this. All these people, the timeline shift, all these low vibrational people, they got what they wanted. Well, guess what? The universe has to balance out. So guess what? You took all this from this one person over here. Well, we're going to do that. We got to balance this out. And we don't know what's going to happen to the rest of them, because you have to let go and let God. That's not up for us to decide, right? That's what the universe does. So with these 6 planets, it brings in the number 6 as a new, if you go off of numerology, which I like numerology because I believe that everything is a sign and the universe can only speak to us in math, right? It's the universal language. So the number 6, this is what the planets are saying. And it does coincide with everything I just said. So number 6 means keep balance between your inner self, your material world, your goals, your dreams, and your aspirations, right? Your family, work, love, and life. It's time to balance that out. Respect yourself and others. Be honest and fair in all of your dealings, because if not, Daddy Saturn's going to come and get you, okay? I'm going to be real honest. Being grateful for what you already have. This is huge, especially in the next 4 weeks. So make sure you give time out, maybe before you go to bed or when you wake up in the morning, and just be grateful for what you already have. The more grateful that you show the universe, divine, some people are not spiritual at all, and I'm going to get to that in a second. But, if you're already grateful for what you already have, you're going to get more of that because you're responding, to the universe. Wow, I'm so grateful I have this house right now. And every day I wake up and I'm like, I'm so grateful I have this house. I'm so grateful. Well, guess what? I'm either going to have a bigger house or, I don't know. I don't know what my, right as of right now, nobody can really quite see with the planetary alignment what their future holds, but the more grateful you are about something, like, oh my God, I'm so grateful I have this job. Well, you might get another bigger opportunity, a better one, or you might advance, The more you're grateful, the more that new can usher into your life. The number 6 also encourages you to be loving, caring, and nurturing to yourself and to others. I know a lot of people think the number 6 is an evil number. No. It's not evil. Actually, nothing in this world really is evil. There is no such thing as good and bad. There's the problem with the way we think as humans is that we put an emotional attachment. We think something is bad. We think something is evil, when in reality, it's all neutral. And that's how the universe works. Well, with that being said, the last time, yesterday's reading, we brought in the number 2 card, and that talks about partnerships, right? Partnerships, history. So why is history so important? So that we learn from it and we don't repeat it. And we as humans, we don't really learn from our mistakes, and we haven't in the last 26,000 years. And this is why things are happening, and this is why we are moving, the earth always moves into a whole another era, look at, if you go back through history, we have the Ice Age, you have, and then we have, other things. But, it's time for change. think of it like that. Well, with that all being said, I think we should, well, first of all, I want to make sure everybody knows I do have my own tarot deck that I made, or it's not tarot, it's an oracle deck that I made. And you get 35 cards. As I said before, I am an author. You can get all of my books on Amazon.com. And this is my oracle deck. And you get all of these, and it'll help enlighten and guide you on your journey. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. So people who are not spiritual, because I would love for them to come over to my channel, because those are the people that we need to reach, in a sense, you know? It's not the ones that are already awakened. It's the ones that we're trying to reach are the ones that are questioning everything. And it's very good that you do question everything. You need to. Even though our whole lives, especially baby boomers and Gen Xers, millennials, I'm not really too sure because I'm not one, but we were told, no, don't question anything. You abide by authority and that's it. Unfortunately, I wasn't one of them. And I don't think a lot of Gen Xers were there either. I think a lot of us we were pretty much neglected, right? So we, not only did we question it, but, anyways, it's the ones that are questioning things that, they do need guidance. And even if you don't believe in, like, let's say heaven or hell or demons and dark entities, you can look at this as another way. When I spoke of the Bible verse before, talking about, we don't fight against humans, which is the flesh and blood. We fight against the evils, the dark rulers, the authorities. And when I talked about how a human, when we get traumatized, our soul separates from us and then we become an empty vessel. If you don't believe in, like, let's say dark entities, think of it like this. Something in your mind, when you go through a traumatic experience, something jumps in your mind and you start thinking dark thoughts. We've all been there. And that starts taking over on you. And all those wounds, even from childhood, you start bleeding onto the people that never even hurt you, never cut you. And that's what, they're talking about. Or that's what a lot of us have been trying to talk about. That's why we're like saying, hey, let's all heal together. We're all in this together. A lot of us have went through trauma. Some more than others, But it's kind of like it's time to let go of all that, because those experiences are not who we are right now, right today. And that's what this alignment is all about. This alignment is about, let's just get rid of that, because our actual natural state of energy is love. It's, God spoke to the ones that don't believe in this, but God spoke our lives into, existence. So when God spoke our lives into existence, he did it out of love. We were born in love, all of us, even though a lot of us want to think, oh, nobody loves me, I've been abandoned, all this bad stuff keeps happening. Yeah, that's your victimhood mentality. And that's what a lot of us, even the tarot readers, the collective, we're trying to pull everyone out of that. Because no, we all are in this together. We all feel your pain. All of us, like I said, more than others, our natural state of being is love. But what the problem is most people don't really know what love is. And love is basically, love is supposed to be unconditional, not conditional. And that's where the last 26,000 years since Jesus himself walked this planet, everybody attached conditions to love. And that's not what he wanted. And even if you don't, believe that he was, the Son of God, because a lot of people don't believe that, but he was a messenger, just like, Joan of Arc, they were all messengers. But yeah, that's where I was going with that. So even though you don't believe in like spiritual things, that's okay. You don't have to believe in heaven and hell to still get something out of this, And even if you don't like what I'm saying, look it up. Because a lot of the Bibles, they're basically kind of like a history book, you know? And you don't have to believe or follow these history books, but there's a reason, there's a good story in all of them. Many of these books I don't agree with because they were all written with dark manipulation. I mean, like, seriously, in one of them, I think it's King James Version, he likes to tell people, no, God wants you to have slaves and, you know, kill your neighbor. And we're like, no, God would never, no. He is a creator, he's not a killer, right? So anyways, let's pull an oracle card and get this show going. But yeah, I just wanted to point out to like the non-believers, and it's okay to be a non-believer. You don't have to believe in God, but you do need to seek something out because we are all together. And we are moving into a time where there's no more I. If you think you're going to be able to, in the next few years, only like be self-centered, nobody's going to want to help you, and nobody's going to want to deal with that, because that's not what the energy is switching to. It's almost going to be like the communities are going to be forced to be united. We're going to have to force to be helping one another, because like I said, when an era ends and a new one begins, it not only changes just my world. Oh no, this is going to change the entire world. And it's going to be like, all right, if we don't do this all together in the best of all involved, it's not going to be good for those who want to be an I, right? It's not going to go well. Just like I said, during the next few days, the people who are not go-getters, they're going to struggle. This air energy, it's uppy, you know what I mean? Aquarian energy, they're go-getters, you know? Anyways, let's get a card. I'm shuffling right now. But I think that's why all of us have been on YouTube. We are trying to reach the ones that are questioning things, so that way, you know, even if, you know, the ones that are having suicidal thoughts, no. We're all in this together. You are not alone. And nothing's popping out yet, so. Almost did. I got one. Let's do one more, and that's kind of funny how that one did. I wrote a book on, well, all of these cards are, like I said, a book from one of my books that I read, or I wrote. What is the energy? I just want one more, so we'll do two, like we did last time. All right, well, that's kind of too many, because there was a big mess here, but healing. Kind of right on point, right? With these 6 planetary alignments, because the energy in the earth is changing, you know, last night when I was meditating, they told me to focus, keep doing what you're doing, because everything that you put out, you're going to get back. All this healing that we're doing, you're pouring it all into yourself, you're going to be able to get it back. You cannot, if you do not heal, you're not going to be able to love. And if you don't love yourself, how are you going to love your divine partner or your children? You know, you can't. You can only meet yourself as deep as, well, hold on. I'm saying this wrong. You can only meet others as far and as deep as you meet yourself, right? So, healing. The greatest gift you can give to yourself and to the world is to heal oneself. Much of the pain we experience in our everyday lives is self-created through our thoughts and beliefs about our own circumstances, and by projecting our suffering out into the world and onto others. We cannot control what happens in the world around us, but we can choose how we interpret and interact with it. When we accept responsibility for our experiences and our feelings, we learn that we have more control over our lives than what we thought. We tell ourselves that you are so very, oh, okay, I'm sorry, I read that wrong. Tell yourself today that you are so very sorry that what happened happened. You thought what you thought, and you said what you said, and really feel that. Allow forgiveness to flow through your body and release you. Cry and release until there is nothing left. Complete this process as many times as you need. This healing has a ripple effect. This healing has a ripple effect throughout the world, and now you just changed the world. Choose to think good, loving, healing, gentle, and kind thoughts of yourself. When you heal a part of yourself, we also heal a part of the world and our counterparts and our soul tribes, our bloodlines, our ancestors. In order to heal, we must utilize the power of forgiveness and know how to get in touch and understand why it is important to be aligned with your true self. Every time you forgive yourself or someone else, you create more space for love, happiness, and inner peace, enabling us to find and interact solutions to the larger problems we all face in life. Healing oneself creates a ripple effect across the universe, allowing you to help others heal, creating a change and heal world. So today, take time out and heal today. Well, that was perfect because that's actually what the planets are aligning us to do, to sit and meditate in this portal, this new energy, because we got new stuff coming to us. Let's get a gong on that. New stuff. We all want some new. The new is good. The other card that came out, which I thought this was, well, there was another one that fell out. I said it was too many cards. We got oppression. Oppression is transformation. Now, when I wrote this book, I wrote it, well, it can be for anybody, but I was reading it, or I wrote it for men, basically, the masculine, because, you know, the word oppression actually was made by, you know, because women were being oppressed. But if we go back in history, women didn't start getting oppressed until the 19th century. Women used to be rulers. We were queens. We were warriors, like Vikings still were, like, you know, with the Vikings, they were leading armies. That stopped in the 1900s. And the reason for that being was because men got oppressed. So this card states oppression. And oppression, because the fire, if you look at this card, transformation. You look at California. It's all burnt to the ground, but it's going to transform and become more beautiful. Fire, you know, that's why they say, like the phoenix rising, burnt, you know, you burn to rise again, right? Anyways, oppression comes in many forms. We make dozens of decisions each day that impact those we serve. As leaders for equality, our primary concern is to interrupt those rules that serve and divide us. To become agents of change who make strategic and courageous decisions, we must learn to run a set of filters or lens that shift our vantage point and uncover what the naked eye can see and not see. This is what finding truth is. If seeing leads to believing and believing shapes our actions, then we must expand our ways of seeing to transform troubling outcomes for all of us and our young peoples. No single lens can tell a whole story, but using a strong filter allows us to stand and observe from particular viewpoints so that we can think critically about our decisions and increase the predictability that our actions will lead us to more positive outcomes. Giving ourselves permission to see our texts in a new and in more revealing ways. Judgment implies cycles of questioning, action, and reflection, premised on the belief that there is no right answer. Critical judgment implies a leap of faith, faith that we take a calculated risk to disrupt the status quo. We do indeed possess the will, skill, knowledge, capacity, and emotional intelligence to adjust our actions as necessary. Change is inevitable. I can't say that word. And it is coming sooner than you think. Break free and rise above them. Very interesting. So, yeah, very interesting. Oh, there was another one that fell out, which is funny. Break free. I am not going to read this. I'm only going to do 2, but I don't know. I don't know if I should. I guess I could. And it was breaking free, key holders. When I wrote this book, I remember. Well, it's basically about love. There's not one person in this world who does not know who Yeshua or Jesus Christ is or was, and that is the true meaning and power of love. Just as Yeshua embarked on his journey of what his true mission and messages were then and what they still are today, all resonate within you. It is time to break free from the chains, and Yeshua has given us all the keys to break free from the chains that bind us. You are being called to break free and start your mission or soul purpose, just as Yeshua has done. I mean, he almost got killed for all of that, right? May the history of his royal priestess, spiritual warrior, and messages live on and move you in the right direction. Some of Yeshua's words are, do not worry or fear. Love your enemies. Love your neighbors. Love yourself. Humility and service to others. Being a peacemaker. Love. Love God, not worship him or false idols. And most importantly, you are the light of the world. Let your light shine. Yeshua had many teachings, and it is up to you to be a truth seeker and find what resonates with you and your soul. The answer, oh, wait a minute, I'm sorry. Truth seeker and find what resonates with you and your soul and answer the call. All of his teachings show one's love for God and that we are all worthy to be a part of this world, your creator's kingdom, your world and your creator's kingdom. Okay, sorry. Yeshua was honest and enlightening. No one is above the laws of the divine or the laws of the universe. Once you understand how the universe works, let your light shine before others so that they may see you and the works of our Creator. It is time to take the key and break free and be who you are meant to be. Yay! Well, that all resonated with what the planets are trying to tell us. Dang, I'm so glad I made these. Let's get a gong on that. Yay! Well, I totally on my first video, I butchered my ending, so this one I got a better one for you guys. I want to thank you all for joining me. I hope that something inside of these messages resonate with you. I knew I was going to butcher this. This is what I get. I have a husband, and he told me I need to scratch the whole script thing, but I am going to give him a gong today because he is totally trying to support me and make this actually happen and be better. So thank you. That was for him. This one's going to be for all of us again because we're breaking free and we're all going to get the new, bringing the new into our lives. I want to say to everybody, take care of yourself, take care of others, and be very gentle and be very careful of what you speak in the next 4 weeks, including of how you speak about yourself, because how you speak about yourself is what is going to be projected back to you. And we're better than that. We are divine beings. It's time to start being one, okay? Thank you, and good luck to all of you in the next 4 weeks. I'm not sure. I do have a busy schedule, so I'm not sure when I'm going to do another one, but this has actually been kind of cool and fun. So until then, good luck and namaste.